Unitrin Specialty, this is Zack.
How you doing, Zack?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we spoke yesterday.
Okay, do you have your claim number?
I just returned your email. So.
Okay, yeah, I just got done reading it. I was getting into your file before
Okay.
I called. Okay, let me get it pulled up here. And I wasn't asking you what the value of the vehicle is. I'm asking you what you feel it is, because obviously you're disputing our value, so I'm figuring you probably got some number in your head of what you feel that it's worth.
Yeah, but you weren't really concerned about that yesterday.
Well, no, I'm giving you the figures that we've got, and then I explained to you how, if you feel it's more, you can send us the information in.
Yeah, and you know, I sent you whatever I was able to get off Google. You know,
yeah,
I'm trying to deal with this as fairly as possible. You know,
I
mean,
I understand.
You need to really start to check yourself, because this is getting ridiculous. You know, come at me with some $1,500 bullshit, and you say this shit about the oxidized roof. The roof, if you look at the car, it's a vinyl top completely, and the section in the middle is being replaced. That's fine. I mean, I know that. The appraiser was already here. He saw all that shit. You don't need to bring this little dumb shit up. You know what the car's worth. I mean, we can be reasonable people, and we can fix it. That cream-colored four-door, which is in great condition, 34,000 miles, it doesn't have the same seats. So this is the kind of wash, because we got Corinthian leather seats. We got vinyl bench seats in this.
Okay.
You know, I mean, come on, dude.
Okay, but his vehicle also has 34,000 miles. Yours has over 90,000 miles, so there's a large difference there in the discrepancy.
Their appraisers already looked at that. No shit, dude. No shit. But you know what? He's not even asking 3,000. That's incorrect, because I called the man. I called the man today to see if he still had his car, and he said that was a misprint. So you might want to call him.
Okay, I mean, I can follow up with it, but
you know, you didn't even send me these two figures you came up with. What's up with that?
Okay, I'll forward them to you, sir. I can get them out to you right now.
Yeah, you know, and hopefully they'll have some pictures.
Okay, like I explained to you yesterday, they don't
I know. But we need to get the car replaced. It's been over a month now. Over a month, because you guys just won't, you know, give her a fair price for the car.
Okay, well, like I said, we've offered what we feel is fair. That's why I've asked.
You really feel that's fair? Do you really feel that? 15?
Yes,
you really believe that?
Yes, for a vehicle that's 32 years old, I do feel that's fair.
Okay.
That's why I said, if you have a figure in your head, let me know what it is. I can review that with my manager, and maybe we can get something settled here.
I think all that's already been done. I think I've given figures, and we need to come up with a reasonable price.
No, sir. You've given me 3 comparables that range from $3,900 to $8,700.
No. I originally the appraiser asked me how much I thought the car was worth, and I said $6,000.
Okay. And do you have any kind of documentation to support that amount, or is that just what you think it's worth?
You asked me what I thought the car was worth.
And
I told you what I thought the car was worth. Okay.
Now, why do you think it's worth $6,000?
Why do I think it's worth $6,000? Because I wouldn't sell it for less.
Okay, well, I mean, we're not taking your vehicle. You're still keeping the vehicle. Oh,
yeah, I love that one, too. Yeah. You're going to take off $200 and we have to keep the vehicle, but you're not going to tell us where to take it for the $200.
I can give you the information for Copar where we get the salvage bids from, and they can salvage the vehicle for you if you want to get rid of it. We just don't pick up the vehicle.
Yeah, that'd be nice, yeah, if you arranged all that. You know, if you guys would do something like that, but I just thought it was kind of neat way for you to take off another measly $200 off your $1,700. Hey, whatever, man. I mean, this is just getting unbelievable.
Okay, well, I mean, I've given you...
I mean, your insured hit our car in the middle of the night while they were drunk, man.
Okay.
You know, and he says, but you're going to, like, come at us with all this bullshit. I mean, I've been being patient at this, but, you know, you kind of, $1,500. I don't even know these people. They're in another department. Well, you know, yeah, that's how you guys operate. So, I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy. Sometimes, you know, you just need to do the right thing.
Okay, well, like I said, I've given you what I feel is fair. I've got the documentation to back my value. You've sent me the comparables. I've explained to you...
You got the documentation to back your value? Well, let's see your documentation, motherfucker. I don't see no documentation. You ain't showing me a goddamn thing.
Okay.
Sir, you know, Dallas ain't that far away. I can come over to Dallas and maybe we can look over the documentation together. How's that sound? Ain't that expensive, Zach?
Sir, I'm going to email you the documentation now. You can look over it and respond to me via email or call me back either way, but I'm not going to sit here and listen to you berate me.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you lie to me and give you some bunch of crap.
I'm not giving you crap, sir. I'm giving
you... Yeah, you are. You're telling me, oh, I got the documentation to prove all this. Where's your documentation? You know, come on. You need to show me a comparable car in the area that can replace. There's one down in Hacienda Heights. I mailed it to you, you know?
And I've looked at that.
Yeah, and it's a very damn comparable car. Don't you say? Wouldn't you say? Except it's not as nice a color, and the seats inside aren't as good, but pretty much it's comparable.
Yeah, but like I've said, it does have lower mileage on it. It's lower mileage.
It's got lower mileage. Well, let's talk. You explain that then to me. Zach, come on, you can explain it to me. How much more that lowers the value of my car? Let's look at the categories. Come on, put it down on paper. How much is the paint worth? How much is the engine worth? Because the appraiser went over all this already. This is not stuff we're coming up with now. Mm-hmm. This should all be done. I believe the appraiser appraised all the different categories. And the only one I had an issue with was the interior, because I really feel the interior should be excellent. I know he told me at the time, well, it has to be like brand new. Well, it's impossible for it to be brand new. Mm-hmm. But that interior should be excellent. And I know how CCC works. If it even goes down to above average, or goes to average from above average, that can really affect how they figure the cost of the car.
Okay. Well, I mean, we run everything as average. We don't put any deductions on it unless it's just completely...
Wait. That's already 2 deductions, isn't it? If you only have 4 categories. You got below average, above average, and excellent.
And average would be what it should be for the year, make, and model of the vehicle.
Yeah. Well, then how would you get excellent?
Excellent would have to be something that's gone to a detail, like a retail refinery, something that's gone through a retail process where it's being put on a showroom floor.
So average is no a 30-year-old car with no rips or tears in a headliner, interior, no scuffs, nothing. That's just average. That's what most average cars are.
I mean, the vehicle's in average condition for what it is.
Okay, so now you also told me that 2-doors weren't comparable. Well, I wasn't really sending them in as we're going to go straight across the board and compare them. But you can look at the paint, what the paint looks like. You can look at the interior on those, and you can see the interior is in a hell of a lot worse shape on those. So I guess they're all below average, huh?
Yeah, the first one that you sent me, the one that's from 75, the interior was messed up because the front finish was torn. And so we would not pay the same amount for that. If we said that to CCC...
But that was merely one category less than my car, you're saying?
Well,
I think
that also had lower mileage than yours, sir. It had 50,000.
Well, that's a different category, bro.
Okay, and those
I know
you
really want. I know all the shit about my car. I know exactly how many miles it has. I know how it runs. I know the paint. I know the body. I know all that shit, man. But we're talking about the interior. We're talking about how you guys classify the categories. And the interior, you're telling me that my car can't get above average on any category, which is not true. You don't even know what you're fucking talking about because the appraiser did put it in.
Sir, if he continues to use profanity, I'm just going to end the call now.
Oh, does that hurt you deep inside? Well, tell me all the words I can't use.